Hi folks, this is Eric from Therefore Games. Today I'm going to demonstrate the new DemonCrawl Avatar Generator for Stable Diffusion. This is a custom model trained on more than 50 of my favorite avatars. Here you can see some examples of raw output. There's no post-processing here of any kind. In case you haven't used Stable Diffusion before, there's a link to a beginner's guide in the description box below. Today's demonstration will assume some familiarity with the tech. Now, some of you may know pixel art is not usually one of Stable Diffusion's strong suits. Such low-resolution graphics depend on many abstraction techniques in order to come across as both readable and aesthetically pleasing. This is especially true of DemonCrawl avatars, which are only 16 by 16 pixels. That's about as low of a resolution as you can get, while still having enough canvas space to convey a wide range of ideas. So, how do we use this new model? What you're looking at here is the Automatic1111 WebUI with an extension I wrote called Unprompted. The extension is what powers the Avatar Generator interface. Creating an avatar is very simple. All you need to do is type a subject here, such as dog, then click Generate at the top of the screen. I'll run this a few more times so you can get a better sense of what it can do. The generator is pretty good at understanding colors, so we can do things like blue dog, or blue dog, green background. Alternatively, you can leave the subject field blank, and the script will create its own prompts from a huge list of custom animals and creature types. Random prompts may not always yield the most beautiful avatars, but it can be a good starting point for inspiration. Now let's look at some of the other options included with the generator. First, there's the prompt preset. The perfect style preset tries very hard to capture the DemonCrawl aesthetic, but it's less concerned with following your prompt to the letter. So if you have an unusual or complex subject, like orange birthday cake, it may only vaguely resemble what you asked for. If we switch to another preset, say more accurate, and rerun the prompt, you should get something closer to the prompt. The downside here is that your result may stray a bit from the intended visual style. The basic preset throws caution to the wind, doing little to ensure that the image will resemble DemonCrawl's style. This isn't my first choice, but it's there if you need it. Next up, switch to the DemonCrawl checkpoint will automatically load the correct model for you at runtime. This is convenient if you happen to have a ton of different models in your WebUI folder, like I do. Optimized sampler settings will conform these top settings right here to values that often work well in my tests. Finally, auto-include this in prompt tells the UI to run the DemonCrawl script every time you make a new image. Otherwise, you can use the Generate Shortcode button and manually copy the result into your prompts at will. Those of you who have been paying attention may have noticed that some outputs are not quite pixel perfect. This is fortunately pretty easy to fix in most cases. You can simply downscale the image to 16 by 16 and the problem will usually be taken care of for you. With that in mind, let me show you how I would go about preparing this avatar for inclusion in DemonCrawl. I have created a set of Photoshop actions for automating this process. These are included with the generator. So I'll paste our new image into a document here and run the actions now. Looks pretty good. Any remaining issues can usually be corrected by hand in a matter of seconds. If you don't have Photoshop, no worries, you should be able to achieve similar results in any modern image editor. Here's how you do it manually. Let's go back to the original image. The first thing we do is turn up the saturation to help the image align with DemonCrawl's color palette. I'm using +40 saturation in Photoshop. Next, we can enforce the game's color palette by converting our image to indexed color mode. Now we downscale to 16 by 16 pixels, making sure to use nearest neighbor as our resampling method. This is very important, or you'll end up with a blurry picture. The last step is converting to indexed color mode once again. This time using the local selective palette with around 12 colors. This lets us get rid of any redundant colors and achieve a convincing retro look. And there you have it. That's the new DemonCrawl Avatar Generator in a nutshell. It is available now on Patreon as well as PayHip for only $10 USD. Future updates will be made available to customers at no additional cost. I hope you'll give it a try, and if you do, feel free to share your best results on the DemonCrawl Discord server. I'd love to see what you come up with, and who knows, maybe we'll even add your avatar to the game. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.